All right, now that we got through the elevator music countdown, this is the Bartender's Jukebox podcast, and this is the Mad Butcher, Mr. Phil Insane, on with me tonight. How you doing today, brother?
What's going on, boss?
Not much, man, not much. So I came across you from a guy named Mr. Rob Noxious. He said this is a guy to follow, it's a guy to check out, and I was like, you know what? Let me do that. And let me tell you, you have some of the most killer promos, and I mean that like not as pun intended, but pun intended at the same time. You
Right,
know,
right.
you got some fucking killer promos, man. Like the first one I seen, I was like, wait a minute. There's something about this. There's seriously something fucking about this.
Right.
So
Well, I appreciate that, man.
yeah. So like all right, anybody that's seen the Mad Butcher here, they know he's a very, very fucking violent guy. So let's start at the beginning. What got you one hooked on wrestling and two that choice in life where you said I'm gonna fucking do it right now?
Uh, Wrestling for me growing up was the only time my family was at peace and not fighting. If wrestling was on the television,
Mhm.
household was peaceful. And I can go way back to being at my grandfather's house watching like Legion of Doom versus Demolition.
Fuck yeah,
I
man.
was like
Fuck
in
yeah.
all of like these maniacs, and then as I got older, I was an ECW guy. Um, I remember going to see like Raven and the Sandman and the Steel Cage and Allentown. And I watched it on TV too. I was hooked. And that new level of violence at the time, I was just all in. And then I had to dive into tape trading and find all the Japanese hardcore stuff I could find. And I was just hooked on that level of violence and what could be escalated at that point.
Right on, man. Right on. So, okay. What made you take the deathmatch route?
Dude, I was always like a deathmatch wrestling fan. I remember
Yeah.
going to like CZW shows and all that stuff. And I think it kind of died off for a little bit, and of course, like the revitalization, like when GCW came back around to the picture, like 2016, whatever it was. Um, I never planned on getting into death matches when I started training, but I just needed to keep pushing myself, and I wanted to push that envelope. And it was something I was always a fan of, and I wanted to get trained and do things the right way first, because I think a lot of deathmatch guys don't train that are coming in, haven't been trained, which is a little ridiculous. So I wanted to do it the right way before I pulled that trigger. But yeah, man, I love the level of violence. I love pushing the envelope and telling a story in psychology and deathmatch wrestling, which I think is we lost that plot along the way somewhere. So we're getting back to that.
Yeah. All right. So recently, and you had said, like CZW and stuff like that. A recent match you had is you just had with a CZW legend, the Necro Butcher, man. How was that?
Actually, that match fell apart.
It
Our
fell
both
apart.
of our
Oh shit,
flights.
man.
It didn't happen. It'll happen when the time is right. It was supposed to happen Saturday in Los Angeles, but both our flights got delayed and canceled. I sat in the airport for 14 hours. We tried to make it happen, but it just wasn't in the cards, man. Fucking travel sucks. So
Yeah. That was probably what because of the government shutdown and shit.
yeah, they reopened, but yeah, nothing was. Things still weren't normal. Like
Fuck, man.
yeah.
Fuck. So, all right, another recent one I seen, Alpha Anoy Jr. What was it like
Yes.
working with him?
So Alpha, I'm trained by Alpha Junior, in the Samoan family. So, um, great teacher, great school over there in the Poconos, and he is a an underrated, underestimated bad motherfucker. Um, and Alpha is a killer, dude. Alpha Malavus, and he's been good to me, and we've had our differences, but nothing but respect for him and the entire family, and he is, like I said, a great teacher and an underrated talent that should be used a lot more. But if you're in the ring with Alpha, like you better buckle up because he's gonna lay it in. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Oh man. So training with him, like You said it was. I know when I talked to Jared, he said, training with the Samoans is very, very regimented, very strict. You follow their rules. You don't stray from it whatsoever. If not, there's repercussions. Is that pretty much true?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you learn respect. I'm big on respect in this business. Um, who I'm close to in this business, like they know that that matters to me, and yeah, and then being brought in the hard way and the right way, I think, by the Samoan dynasty is one of the best ways you can enter this business. You're taught respect and discipline, and like you said, regimen.
Mm.
I had no business starting at the age I did, and that dude pushed me, and I told him, I said, just push me. I was like, don't give me any verbal blowjobs about how great I am. I'm like, I want you to shit on me nonstop so I can be the best version I can be, bro.
Right on, man. Right on. Um, all right. So this is a question I like to throw out there, especially in your line of business. Have you ever looked back and go, "Fuck, man, that bump was insane. I don't know if I'll ever do that again."
Not yet. I've done
Not yet.
some pretty dumb bumps already. The cutter I took from Hoodfoot at King of the Death matches through the light tube table face first probably
Oof.
wasn't a smart idea. I'm gonna cut my shoulder up pretty bad. Um, but no, nothing that I truly regret yet. But there's been a couple big ones.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Right on, man. So the Mad Butcher, where does that come from?
Oh, I am a real butcher. That's my shoot profession. I've been a butcher since I was in my early 20s, start to finish, slaughterhouse, all that good stuff. Um, and then the insanity level of it. I think that there hasn't been a lot of good over the top crazy guys in the last several years. So I kind of wanted to bring that back too. And everything about Phil Insane, the persona, if you know me, is just me.
Yeah.
It's just that side of me, that I try to try to keep under wraps day to day. But yeah, it's just there's nothing really. That's me, dude. Unfortunately, like
No, there ain't nothing wrong with that. So,
yeah, no, there is. Like,
Leah Shannon, they have a question for you.
yeah.
So, go ahead, Leah. All right. Well, we're waiting on the question.
Okay.
Um, so you said that's your shoot job. Shoot job,
Yes, sir.
man. Like we talked, I think we briefly chatted before. If you're ever up this way, man, I would definitely love to pick up some skills from you on that end here on the
Yeah,
farm.
definitely. Yeah, I got you.
Fuck, fuck right, brother. Fuck right. So, are you originally from the Pocono area where you trained with Appa, or did you have to travel back and forth all like every day to do that?
I'm originally from Allentown area, so not too far of a hike when I started training. Not too far.
Not too far.
Not too
Right
far.
on, man. Is there any stories from the road, man, that you'd like to share at all?
Oh man, I try not to. I like to. What stays on the road, what happens on the road stays on the road, like Vegas, for the most part.
Yes.
But there's been some wild trips, man.
Okay.
Uh, Driving down to Florida and back was probably one of the wildest times I've had, and also a trip to Chicago, which I'll talk about it one day. Yeah.
All right. All right. Um, all right. So is there anybody that you would ever like to face in the ring, that you haven't before?
Yeah, there's a couple people on my list. Um, Mr. Insanity, Toby Klein, for sure.
Okay.
Uh, Schlack, eventually when the time is right. Um, yeah, most of my dream opponents are unfortunately long gone or retired.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are definitely two that I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay. Leah's question is, do you find it hard to get girls with the kind of matches you do?
No,
No. No.
no, but I'm not a scumbag, so no. But no,
That's.
but no, no.
All right, so the promos, man, you put a lot of work into those. Is it something like you're doing on the fly? Or are you planning it out to like find that what's coming off, or is it just like one take and done?
It's usually 1 to 2 takes.
1 to 2 takes, man.
Oh
Like
yeah,
you got some fucking really dark, deep shit, man. That's fucking killer.
yeah. It's
Fucking killer.
it's no more. If I'm doing something and it's just kind of finding the location or seeing something in my head and immediately going, I know what I could do here, and I can see the
Yeah.
angles in my head. I don't have a ton of editing experience or anything like that, so I try not to do too much with that because I think it kind of loses the art of the promo when it becomes so edited and clipped up. So I like to
Yeah.
do like the shots of like where I'm at or whatever. And again, all that stuff I have access to. Some of the craziest spots. I have a lot yet under. There's a lot coming up yet, so buckle up. So it'll be
All right.
interesting. But yeah, as far as like talking, it's usually 1 or 2 takes. I got it.
All right, man.
I
Um,
don't write my shit. I know guys write their promos out. No, dude, I don't do it.
this is just what's all in your head.
Yeah, which is not good, but yeah, go on. Like,
All right, man. So wrestling mimic they say wrestling mimics life. Is that true?
yes,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah, definitely. Um, I guess going back to what I said earlier, like the persona of the characters is very much me. Um,
Okay. Bear with me right now. My technical advisor, my wife is in the background. She's trying to adjust some things.
I
So you're
got you.
still on here. That's why you just disappeared for a little bit. She's going to try to get you back on stage.
You're good, bro.
But audio's still there and all that stuff. So yeah, sorry about that. That threw me off. All right. So are you a gym rat, man, or is this like you just do your wrestling workouts and stuff like that?
No, I mean I go to the gym. I try to stay in shape.
All right.
Try to keep the size on and everything. I try to eat as clean as possible. Again, you can see how healthy I am pounding beers here right now. But yeah, I don't like to diet and shit, but I do like to lift. I lift, yeah, 5, 6 days a week. I'm in the gym.
Okay. All right. So here's a question. What did you know, you got your fucking earbuds on, headphones on, you're fucking pumping it out. What songs are you listening to?
Metal, hardcore. Big thrash metal fan. It's like
Okay.
Exodus, Overkill. Pantera. Like those are some of my favorite bands.
Right on, man. Right on. Are you one of those
Aftermath.
guys that would you be like one of those guys that would go into a fucking live show and be the guy in the middle of pizza saying fucking bring it on?
Yeah, I have. Like, I don't get
Right
to go to
on.
too many shows anymore, but yeah, definitely.
All right. So here's one for you if you're not a metalhead, you really don't know about. Have you ever stood in the middle of a wall of death?
Yeah, yeah, once. Yeah.
What is that feeling like for nobody that has ever experienced that?
As corny as it may sound, imagine yourself that you're on a battlefield and both sides of each army are running directly at you, and you have to stand your ground and see what kind of man you are. That's kind of what I picture.
All right, all right. Fuck yeah, man. Um, all right. So when you're going out to the ring, what
Yep.
is like? Do you have because of what you do, man? Like you're so fucking violent with it. Is it like are you getting yourself in a mindset? Are you listening to a song? Are you just like what is your ritual before you go
Um,
out? And not to get too personal, man. If it's something that's personal, you don't have to get into it.
I mean, I can say it without getting too personal. I go there in my mind and I flash back to a lot of things that I've dealt with in my life, and then I go to that place in my head and I flip that switch. And it happens quick.
Okay.
I'll be in the back all fine, and then I'm about to go out, and the guys in the locker room know if they try to talk to me right before I'm about to go to that curtain, they go, "Oh, I can't talk to you right now." I'm like, "No, dude, no, stay away from me."
Yeah, like give it some
Because
time.
once I'm there, I'm ready to go. Yeah, I'm locked in.
All right. What was your bloodiest match you've ever been in?
Me and Trayvon had a pretty bloody one. And then also the King of the Death, the finals of the King of the Death this year at SVN in Indiana. We did the finals was light tube ropes and the concrete canvas match. It was me, Arrow Boy, and Dale Patricks. And
Oof.
I hadn't realized at the time that was only the fourth time that concrete canvas has been done. So that was kind of cool. Yeah. But
What did it feel like taking those?
um, not soft. Like,
No shit. No shit. But goddamn,
it
man.
wasn't like landing on no pillow. Like, no,
Yeah.
I mean, it sucked, but again, buckle up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me rephrase that. How did it feel the next day?
My, obviously you're gonna feel it, but for me, I have a high threshold of pain,
Mm,
and you know, again, I like to test my boundaries. So yeah, I mean, I was definitely sore, road rash.
yeah.
I had a few things that probably need stitched up, but I let it go. Dealt with that the old-fashioned way.
So, I mean, with the way you're going, man, are you gonna do just run this till the wheels fall off?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I have to. Yeah.
I can
Come here,
respect.
2026. I'm all in. Expect to see me a lot more places. I've been kind of holding back and turning a lot of things down the last year. So, 2026, prepare to see me everywhere.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. All right. So, is there one kind of match that you haven't been in that you want to do? I mean, I know with death matches, it's pretty much everything and anything, but like a scaffold match or you know what I mean?
No specific gimmick really. I just want to be able to, like I said, continue to tell some stories and you know, bring bring something different every time I wrestle. I think if you go back and you watch my matches, they're all a little different. There's always a different style to my matches. I mean, there's a similarity, but you can compare this match over here with this, and I work a totally different style at times. I can chain
Yeah.
wrestle, I can do everything. I'm not just a smash and burn, crash and burn wrestler. I can do everything, and a lot of these guys can. You just don't see it, unfortunately. So,
And that sucks, man. That does suck. Like if the ability is there to do it, I why not? Why not? Um,
I think that sometimes the fan base wants it now. So they
just
like if you go out
that
there and
instant
you want to
gratification.
chain wrestle a little bit or try to build to something, and they're just like, "What the fuck?" So now they
Yeah.
just get in their head like, "Okay," and they just pick up like a bundle and whip it. It's like, yeah.
All right, man. So here's a question for you. You were saying about the storytelling in wrestling. What is one of your favorite stories that have been told in wrestling?
Mm. I like the Tommy Dreamer, um, Raven storyline. Uh, Raven's one of my inspirations. I think you would say. So I was always a fan of his work and his storytelling. Um, I think like match wise, like take
Yeah.
away angles and everything. I think Bret Hart and Steve Austin is a masterclass in how to take a match and have a baby face and a heel. And by the end of it, that heel is now a baby face just through the story of telling the match. That was a special match.
Yeah, yeah, it was, man. That I can agree with wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. Um,
Yeah. Like I said, sorry, man, I'm sick. So
no, man. That,
bear
that
with me.
that's I totally understand, brother. It's that fucking time of year.
Yeah, right.
It's that time of year.
Yeah.
All right. So you were saying in these moments of stuff that you've dealt with in your past before you go out. I won't go too deep with it, but was it stuff from growing up, stuff from your after your teen years and stuff like that you've dealt with that gets you into that mindset? If you don't mind me asking.
All of the above. You
Okay.
know, without going into like too many specifics, I didn't live a normal life. Um, Somewhat normal, but yeah, I wasn't. Nothing was ever really too stable for me. So I've had to learn to kind of create that stability on my own. Um,
And I can
so yeah,
relate to that, by the way. I can relate to that all too well.
yeah. So yeah, a lot of things.
I I get it, brother. I get it.
Yeah.
Um, so Miss Nelly, she said, was there a match or wrestler who inspired your style?
It's kind of a conglomerate of a couple different names. Um, Believe it or not, I'm actually a big Macho Man fan. Randy Savage is probably in my top three. Um, Even though you wouldn't notice that right away, I think if you really dove in, you would see some similarities between me and Randy Savage if you paid attention.
Yeah,
So
I actually have picked that up every once in a while.
yeah,
It coming through.
a little bit. So
Any cream of the crop interviews in there?
maybe we'll see.
Maybe. Nice, nice.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. So, growing up, was there ever like a wrestler you looked at and you go, or even today that you look at and you go, they have so much talent, but you feel like they're being underutilized?
Oh man, there's a lot, dude. There's
I
actually
know.
uh younger or like what was the question again?
Oh, do you feel any point in wrestling from your younger days to now that there were wrestlers that were underutilized? Like me personally, I think Shane Douglas. I absolutely
Yeah, I'm a
thought he
Shane
was
guy.
very underrated and underutilized at one point in time.
Yeah, outspoken. Uh, yeah, Shane, but again, Shane worked for every major company,
Hmm.
you know. But yeah, should he have been bigger? Yes. I also think Raven at the top tier level was never utilized the way he should have been.
Hmm.
Um, like his WWF run was pointless in my opinion. But man, who else?
Do you think both Raven and WWE, it was the restrictions of somebody else having to write stuff for him there, and not him
Probably.
kind of having
I
that
mean, I don't
having
know.
that
I don't
creative
know too many
freedom?
details on what happened there, obviously, but probably. Some
All
guys,
right.
some guys have to have like control, of their
Yes,
narrative to an extent, and when you take that away from them, they just shut down. I feel like
that's
in
it.
some ways, I'm probably wired like that a little bit. I don't know
Hmm.
if I could ever work for a company that would tell me not to be who I am. And that's kind of why I didn't take a lot of bookings for a long time because people wanted me to wear the mask when I wrestled, or they wanted this and they didn't want me to speak, or I'm like, well, dude, why'd you book me? Like
Yeah.
that's not what I do. So yeah, it's a difficult thing to navigate, man.
I got a couple questions here for you.
Sure.
Nelly asked, "Is there one weapon you secretly hate taking bumps on?"
Not yet.
Not yet. Right on that.
Not yet.
Leah's question: what was your first death match?
My first actual death match with
Mhm.
like glass and everything was Bobby Beverly earlier this year in Los Angeles. And it was a light tube prison match. Barbed wire chairs, light tube prison, yeah. So dove
All
in.
right. So
All
what
or
made the
nothing,
prison?
baby.
What made the prison part of the match? Was it the cage around?
The light tubes all around the ring.
Lightsabers all around. Nelly got a kick out of that, by the way.
No, good.
Right on, man. Um,
There's the guy. Underrated, underutilized right there. Bobby Beverly.
Bobby Beverly.
Yeah. He should be bigger than what he is.
I- Do you think a lot of that, and maybe this is me, I don't know, a lot of the promoter sometimes, like how they're putting them in the shows, that they're not showcasing that? I know it's kind of a,
There's so many things. There's so many different elements to all of it that it's you got to have the perfect storm.
yeah.
Everything needs to be lightning in a bottle, man, and it doesn't happen often. So
All All right. Have you ever been in any kind of cage matches where you had to climb over?
Not
I guess
yet.
bear with me right now before we got on. Like I said, I had a little bit of the marijuana, and sometimes my questions come and go
You're
as we're
good.
talking.
You're good, brother.
Right
No, no
on.
cage match yet. Actually, I've not done a cage match to this day.
Uh, Leah asked, "Who or what is your dream death match?"
Uh, Probably Schlack.
She's like,
Yeah.
"All right, what's one thing in wrestling today that you feel is lost?"
Like I said earlier, storytelling.
But
Especially
besides the storytelling, though,
uh, characters. You know, again,
characters.
uh, there's too many. John Davis. Ryan McReynolds. Whatever the fuck. It's everyone's just they're a name.
Yeah,
Um, and there's nothing that makes them unique. I can go to any indie show across the country and see 30 different guys with a similar move set and neon tights and a similar name, and they all want to go out there and do a million Will Osprey type moves. And I
mhm.
just think that that's just oversaturated, and that's why things are the way they are. I think that had its time. Wrestling is cyclical. So like we had a time for that. Now we're coming down again. Like now we have to change. Like you have to change. Just like in the '90s, like ECW came in, changed it. Then that
Mhm.
died down. People were tired of the hardcore. Then they wanted the Ring of Honor style and the hard hitting and the head dropping. And then we got away from that. Like everything changes, man. You got to change with the times.
Yep.
And right now, I think things are a little flat across the board. Honestly,
Yeah,
there's a few guys out there that are killing it. But yeah, I think in with the landscape coming up in 2026 and the way that WWE is now owned by a bigger corporation, it's not really in the McMahon family anymore. Like everything's changing. So it's
yeah,
going to be really interesting to see what happens in the next few years, man. I'm excited to see what happens. We'll
yeah.
see.
I feel WWE is kind of going to go that more, professional sports route with it being affiliated with ESPN and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I noticed a little bit of that with the changes in the announcers and stuff. It's gotten more of a like NFL feel to it.
Yeah, which is why it'll be very important for the indies to be as gritty as possible.
Mm.
I think
Do you
that's why,
do you think the
in my
WWE?
opinion, we're gonna have to get back to a little bit more of like the heavy characters and everything, so it stands apart from what WWE is doing.
Yeah. Do you think the ID program is helping the industry or
No,
possibly curbing it?
I think it's horrible. I don't think there's any good from it at all.
I can respect that answer 100%. Leah asked, "Is there anything you wouldn't do?" I think she means in the wrestling ring.
No, I
To
know.
to, to clear that up.
Listen, stoner. No, yeah, I don't do haha, and I don't
You're
like and I don't
straightforward.
like I don't like to wrestle women. That's not. I don't like intergender matches personally.
And can I ask why? I've actually talked to different wrestlers before that have their strong convictions about that. What is your conviction about it?
Man, I don't know. It's no insult or anything. It's just me. I just don't feel comfortable with it. I did it once already, and I just felt horrible about it. Like I was raised never to lay your hand on a woman, so it's like even though it's we're working essentially whatever, it's still like, hey, I don't want to. I don't. I just don't want to do that. There's maybe one or two that I would do, like I would work with females out there, but I don't know, man. That's a tough sell for me.
It's more of a moral ground for you.
Yeah, it's a moral ground thing. Yeah.
Okay. That man,
I
I can
know
definitely
some
I can
people, some
respect
women
it.
would get offended and they would think like, "What to do with you?" I'm like, dude, it's not an insult at all. Like, I'm not saying you're less than or anything like that. I'm saying I don't feel comfortable with it. Period. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not an insult. I'm very well aware that they can go out there and there's some great deathmatch female wrestlers out there that absolutely kill it.
Mm.
That's just me personally. That's just my thing, man.
Like I said, I can respect that answer wholeheartedly. wholeheartedly. All right, so doing the style that you've done, how many head injuries have you had?
Too many in a short period of time, but
Concussion stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure. Nothing really diagnosed, but I know I've had a few concussions.
All right, since doing the death matches, and I talk about mental health and stuff like that.
Hmm.
This is just like a generalized question. Do you feel like taking those kind of hits and stuff like that, a change in your thought process, a change in your well being, or you know what I mean? Has it
No, if any,
amplified it? Has it downgraded?
no, I don't feel so at all.
Okay,
No,
okay. I know some people that have dealt with the dark stuff, and they get
I've
in
heard.
there, and it's their fucking release to get it out.
Yeah, I would say that for me personally. I don't, but no, I don't feel that there's any negative aspects that I've had or felt with since I've been wrestling at all, physically or
Okay,
mentally. Not
right
from
on, man.
in ring stuff anyway. Not from headshots or anything like that.
Okay. Leah says, "Me too. I respect it too."
Right on.
All right. So, what are you drinking there? It's the bartender's jukebox. What kind of beer?
Budweiser. Unfortunately, I'm out of
I am. I
I'm
am
out of
so sorry
whiskey
to hear
right
that.
now. So yeah, I'm out of whiskey right
All
now.
right.
So
What kind of whiskey?
usually Jameson's my go-to anymore, but kind of got away
Jameson.
from the bourbon. I was always a bourbon guy. Got away from it. Now I'm just straight whiskey. So
Did you see the new? I guess the Black Cast Jameson has just released.
yeah, is it good?
It's. I don't know. I haven't had it yet, but it's supposed to be like much bolder and smoother, and yeah.
Well, somebody buy me a bottle. So try.
My least favorite one is Old Grandad at it. All the bourbons and whiskeys.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Oh, that's Old Faithful right there to get me to throw up.
Yeah, I like Makers. If I'm drinking bourbon, I think I like Maker's Mark. I think.
Majors is pretty good. It's got like a nice sweet finish to it.
Yeah, smooth.
Knob Creek's another one I don't mind.
Which one?
Knob Creek.
Okay, yeah, it's good. Telemador, what Telemador do or whatever. That's decent.
Tullamore. That's another good one. That's a decent one for people if they want an alternative to Jameson.
Yeah, it's
Perfect.
not bad. Yeah, it's not bad at all.
All right. So Leah said, "Where do I send it?" LOL.
Uh, hit me up. Okay, if you're sending me alcohol.
He said, send him a direct message. He got you.
Yeah,
Oh man. So yeah, Jameson was one of those ones like if I had too much Jameson, those are where my great stories came from. If I had too much Southern Comfort, that's where my bad stories came from.
yeah, sugar. Yeah, that's kind of why I got away from soda bourbons, man. Sugar. I'm pretty high strung most of the time, so like I'm very sensitive to sugar and caffeine.
Okay.
Like if I drink some people like if I even drink like a scoop of pre-workout, like I'm flying, dude.
Really?
So yeah, sugar too. Like I get stimulated very easily. So
After years of bartending, I gave up on like energy drinks and stuff like that. I don't touch them anymore. I feel like when I
uh,
do it, it's almost like an instant anxiety like thing that comes over and fuck that.
it wrapped my gut anymore, man.
Oh, that too. It's horrible on the gut.
Yeah.
Horrible on the gut. Leah said she messaged your business page.
Okay. I'll look.
So
I think I have a business page somewhere. I don't know.
I didn't see it on Facebook. I know you
this
got
this
the
isn't
TikTok.
a what's that?
I know you have your
Dude.
TikTok.
Oh, dude, I haven't been on TikTok in forever. I hate TikTok.
I know it's a pain in the ass. That's for
I
sure.
hate it. I think it's a waste of time for professional wrestling. I don't.
Yeah.
So Instagram's probably the best way to follow what I'm doing, but and I hate X because I've argued with PETA so many times on there, so I don't have X or Twitter or whatever it's called anymore. So
Okay.
fuck PETA,
Leah,
by the way.
Leah says
Fucking
my son is.
terroristic assholes, for the record. PETA, grow the fuck up.
I agree. All right. So Leah says, my son is 16 and a half and has been training 2.5 years, and it took him a while to be able to train with females.
Mhm.
And then Nelly says, how do your family and friends feel about your style of wrestling? I know when Mark, myself, took the skewers to the head, she damn near lost her shit.
So what was the last part? On what?
Oh, this is about 2 years ago. I took some skewers to the head at a show, and
Gotcha.
when she seen the video, she lost her shit, and you know, wife stuff.
Masada doesn't get any credit for that, man. Um, yeah, by the way, you guys gonna use the skewers? You should probably ask permission, be respectful. Um,
Yes.
but how do they feel about I have only one person in my life that really encourages me to stop wrestling.
Okay.
And that's my only female friend that I have, and she does not like it. So everybody else is usually they don't like it, but they know why I do it. So
Um,
kind of a
uh,
mix, you know. Again, they don't want me to do the crazy stuff. They don't understand it. Why don't you just do regular wrestling? Why are you mutilating your body? You know, you're better than this. That kind of shit, you know.
yeah.
I know my mother can't watch it, so she'll watch
That's
if I'm
that,
doing something else. But if it's blood and guts, she's not gonna watch it.
that's under. I mean, it's understandable. Most moms can't stand watching that.
Yeah,
Leah says it's under the Phil Fensto,
gotcha. All right,
and Nelly asked for you.
for me,
Uh,
what?
hold on. She said, "Is it because she's afraid for you,
Uh, probably
or she just doesn't understand it?"
both.
Both.
Both. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, that's one of those things. Like, you can't say to your mom, "Hey, mom, I'm gonna go up there and take some barbed wire to the forehead tonight."
yeah, exactly.
You know, I don't know a mother that's gonna be like, "Way to fucking go."
Well, it's funny too because then, like, my father, for example, thinks that like it's all fake. I was like, dude, look at the scars on my body. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
well, I'm like, okay, dude. So it's funny. Yeah, two totally different mindsets.
Would you ever invite him and say, "Hey, step in the ring for a moment, Boomy Dad"?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he won't.
He's just gonna be like, "That's just fucking stupid."
Man, he came to like one or two shows, and I think that was it. I think so. We're
Oh,
not exactly close, but you know, I appreciate that he did that. You know, it meant a lot to me. So,
Nelly said, "Not your mom, but your friend. Is she
uh,
afraid for? Is she afraid for you, or she just doesn't understand it?"
she she understands the business and doesn't think that there's anything good that comes from it, and that I should focus on other things and not mutilate my body.
Okay. Nelly says, "But I'm a little twisted myself, so I can get." I think she said, "So I can get it."
Yeah.
Man, I really do appreciate you doing this. Like I said before, your promos, man, like that's one of those things. Like as soon as I came across them, I was like, "This dude's fucking whatever's coming out of his mind is fucking twisted as fuck."
Yeah, you can't shut it down.
Is it like
So
any
it's
kind of
therapeutic.
PT?
Like you said, it's therapeutic, mental health, that kind of thing. You said you were big on that.
Yeah,
That's
man.
my outlet. My that's
Your
what keeps
artistry.
me. Yeah, that's what keeps me sane day to day.
Fuck right, man. Is there like a collection of Phil promos that never made it out there on medias?
Well, like just like a compilation.
Yeah, like more or less like you were doing them and you go, ah, man, that don't fucking work, and just you put it to the side and then you scratch it and do something else.
There's a couple around somewhere. I'd have to dig.
All
Yeah,
right,
there's a few.
I know. Like some guys have like a collection of their promos that they make the cut for them. I didn't know if you had like a collection of those Because
Yeah, there's a
yours are
few.
fucking wicked storytelling on them.
Yeah, there's a few. There's a lot of like behind the scenes stuff too. We'll save it
Okay.
one day when I'm done. It's like we'll put it out there on the DVD compilation.
Guys, Leah says my son keeps saying he wants to do one hardcore match with his trainer, and I'm struggling with this because maybe he's so young yet.
I would just tell him to be careful again who he does it with, and do it with somebody who really understands it. Um, I was lucky enough honestly spoiled enough to be given good reps, with top quality talent. Um, I'm very humble and grateful for everything that everyone's done for me. Not everyone gets that luxury, man.
Yeah.
Guys have to grind for 20 plus years, never get a match with like somebody, some caliber I've been in the ring with. So like, I'm grateful, man. And I try to help out anyone that I can in the process. But you learn so much more being in the ring with a vet or somebody that's at that top level. If you continue to work guys that are on your level, you're always going to be at that level, man. You never
Yeah.
really progress. You never really learn. Certain things just click once you're in the ring with different talent. You're like, oh shit, I get it. So
Nelly
yeah,
says,
my advice on that would just be careful, and
be
make
careful.
sure that he's going to jump into that with somebody who's going to take care of him and teach him the right way how to do it. Because again, you can't get very seriously fucking hurt doing the hardcore deathmatch shit if you're not
Oh, definitely.
being smart about it. So
Nelly says everyone needs an outlet. If it's helping you, I say keep it up. Leah says, dude, your promos are on a whole nother level, all twisted, but they're badass.
thank you.
All right, man. So if death matches could be your full-time job, would you make it that way?
Maybe for the short term, I don't think that it's I don't know, man. I'm not a spring chicken either, I'm not 20 years old.
Yeah. All
So that's a tough sell. But I'm gonna
right.
make the most of it. Like I said, this year expect to see a whole hell of a lot more of me, man. So we're off to the
Where where
races.
where are some promotions that the people can cash you out past places or past promotions you've been in to work with? They can look back and go, you know, the where they can look you up and find you besides YouTube and stuff like that.
Battlefield Pro Wrestling, which is off of Junior's company, up in the Poconos. SVN, which is Mike G was really the one that pulled the trigger on me for the deathmatch element. SVN, based out of Los Angeles there, and that's where most of my body of work of deathmatch and hardcore is. In this past year is SVN.
Okay.
Battleground, which is out of the old ECW arena for Tim Embler, and those are basically the main three. I did a couple things with, as you said, Rob Noxious with CCW.
Okay.
I mean, that's really it, man, for the most
All right.
part.
Leah has another question for you. What do you think about Abdul the Butcher?
Oh, man. Respect, you know. Um, he carved out a legacy, no pun intended, being himself and being different. I can't knock anybody. Some people look down on people that don't do a lot of moves, or they're untalented. They'll say they're untalented or whatever because they don't do a lot. I have no. I can't say shit. Nobody should. If somebody was able to stand out doing less than everybody else, man. I
Mm,
think Abby was great. I like all those old school guys. Abdul the Butcher. I'm a big Bruiser Brody guy, man. So
yeah,
watching Bruiser Brody and Abdul the Butcher, fuck yeah.
yeah, the classics right there. So a question for you here. What's your favorite weapon to use, and what weapon do you think is the most overrated?
Overrated?
Yeah.
Sorry, I jumped on the latter part of that because it's interesting.
That's all right, man. That a question that's not really heard much.
I think the gussets are getting to a point where they're overplayed a little bit.
Okay.
Uh, like I like them, and I obviously I use them. But sometimes guys just they use them just to get blood right away, and I'm like, man, like now it's not even special anymore. They just go right to it. So it kind of
Yeah.
kills it. Um, Light tubes, I'm like yeah, we've seen it, but you know what? It ain't gonna be around much longer, man. So whatever light tubes you're seeing now, you better be grateful for them
Use
because they
them.
ain't making them anymore, man. Like whatever's out there right now, that's it.
Yep.
So
Everything's switching over to LED.
they don't manufacture them anymore, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's like done. So this is we're coming on the end of it. So everyone
What do
that's
you
gonna
think?
be like, oh, I'm tired of seeing light tubes. In a year, two from now, they're gonna be like, I miss light tubes.
What do you think it's going to be next, though? If you were to
Uh,
see a trend in the weapons, what would it be?
Man, I don't know. I think everyone's been trying to figure that question out. Like
Yeah.
I started using the the dehydrated chicken feet and things like that. But I have a couple other ideas for things, but nothing really matches the light tube as far as sound, visual, and the damage it does. Also, like it's gonna be really hard to replace that, man.
I could definitely see that.
The
I could.
visual. Like I said, the visual, the way that the pictures look, if you capture the glass breaking, the blood that it induces, and the visual of like the mercury and everything going into the air, and like I said, that pop. It's gonna be really hard to replace light tubes, man. It really is.
All right. So question for you on this one. This is my own personal one.
Hmm.
Thoughts on the exploding death match or the exploding ring death match?
You want my honest opinion?
Honest
Nobody,
opinion.
nobody but Onita should ever do it.
I can
That's my
agree.
thing. I think Onita was the only one that made it matter,
Yeah.
and again because of his charisma, and you didn't have to learn to speak Japanese or nothing. I could watch those tapes and feel him watching that and the emotion in it. He made those matches matter. And
Hmm.
anything that's been ever done explosion wise that wasn't Onita, meh. I've always been like, okay, meh. It's fireworks, dude.
Yeah. Aaliyah says, "Hey, less is more. If someone can do less and make a name for them, make a name. Hell yeah."
Yeah.
Uh, Nelly, what's your favorite moment with fans during the match?
Uh, if I can get fans to not have their cell phone out and be in the
Yeah.
moment, then I think that we're doing something right. And that's always my mission.
Yes.
I
Yes.
get locked in and I miss the days, uh, and everything. I don't mind being on my phone, but I miss the days of going to a concert and you're in a mosh pit. Now it's like you can't even be in a mosh pit without people jumping around with a phone. Like you're not really in the moment, dude.
Yeah.
And
You're looking
same
at
thing
through
with
the
these
screen.
wrestling shows, man. I'll see 30,000 clips, and I'm grateful for it. But before sometimes the show is released with professional camera work. And by that time, nobody even wants to see the match anymore because they've seen all the clips and the fan clips online. It's just, I don't know, man. So I think that the more people need to live in the moment in general in life. I'm trying to figure that out now too, in my age. Try to live in the moment, not in the past, not in the future. It's hard. So
It is, man, and that's part of that mental stuff, dude. Depression's the past, anxiety's the future, and the tough part is living in the here and now.
yeah, that's why I got that tattoo on my chest now with the hourglass bleeding out. I'm like trying to like, yeah, we're running out of time always. Time's always bleeding us dry, man. We're a prisoner of time, but that's why you got to live in the moment. Like,
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
so
And Nelly says it's all about being in it.
right.
Yeah, man. Like nowadays, like with everybody's watching from a screen. Nobody's living in the moment. Nobody's feeling those emotions. Before
Exactly.
the age of cell phones, and I've said this on wrestling podcasts I talked about, a mental health podcast, whatever it is, technology has been a downside to a lot of things with that because
Yeah.
you're taking yourself out of the moments. Like those shows that you're going to and working, instead of the professional quality being out there, people are seeing it ahead of time. It's giving away like the secrecy of the anticipation to find it somewhere online, like it was in the early 2000s or something like that, finding that video clip. But now it's, oh, we're on Facebook. It's right there. And it's
Yeah.
probably 10, 15, 20 people from the show. And all they did was put a hashtag.
There's a book I read a few years ago. It's all about technology and about how it ruined like a human like concept of instant gratification. We don't
Hmm.
have to work for anything anymore. Everything's at our fingertips. Everything. So there's no that's why work ethic, when younger kids is dying, like everything was instant, man.
Hmm.
So, I don't know how to put the the rabbit back in the hat, I guess. Not that's the right analogy in this situation, but like it it sucks, man, because like you said, everything's just immediate. Everything, I get it when I want to get it, and
Hmm.
it fucks up. Society's just fucked now. Relationships, everything. I hate social media. The only reason I have it is for wrestling. Um, every once in a while, I try to have like my own thing, but I'm like, no, can't do it.
Yeah, man, it is a fucking downfall. And like here I am, like talking on social media about
Yeah,
the
exactly.
downfall of
Yeah, exactly.
society. The
Yeah,
irony in that,
we're
the
all we're
irony
all
in that shit.
hypocrites, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh fuck, man. That's one thing too. It's like being at the show. I don't know, man. Like fuck the cell phone. Live in the moment. Cheer the wrestlers on. Nelly says she loves to interact with the wrestlers and cheer when she's at a show. Not being on her phone. Lee also says, I feel like if fans are on their phones the whole time, they miss the storyline. They might see it from the beginning and end, but miss the whole rest of it.
Right.
Um,
Well, again, I don't think they realize in the moment. Um, I think they're like, oh, I got to get this on video and show everybody. Well, I was like, well, dude, there's 300 people doing the same thing. So you got 300
yeah,
fucking clips online of the same thing.
yeah.
That's
It doesn't have the excitement and feel when you've already seen it, 30 different times.
yeah.
All right, man. So we're coming up to our hour mark here. Here's a question for you. What is the best of advice you've ever gotten, either in life or in the business, that you still hold true today?
Um, hmm. I mean, I have a couple good people in my corner give me a lot of good advice, but I just think that as far as the wrestling part goes, to be you, be different, and be you. I think everybody, you know, we use the term mark negatively sometimes, but like we're all fucking marks, dude. Everybody that ever got in this business was a fucking mark. You were a fan of this at some point. You all have your favorites, whatever that you grew up watching, and why you
Mhm.
wanted to do this, right?
Yeah,
So, but I think that too many guys, and this was instilled in me very early on, but I already knew this. To answer your question, long-winded, but it's
no,
everybody
not at
wants
all.
to be the next. Everybody wants to be the next version of this guy, which I think I even did a promo like that one time. So everybody wants to be the next. I was like, but I want to be the next Eddie Guerrero. I want to be the next this, like, and like, or do the entire move set of this guy. And I'm like, well, who are you then? You're just a knockoff. You're just a cheap version of somebody else, man. Why don't you want to be different? Like, why don't want to? Don't you want to be, for example, like the only Phil Insane, the only, whoever, like everyone should aspire to be that. I think in wrestling, and that was
Yeah.
one of the best terms of things of advice I got was be the only version of you. Don't be 2.0 of anything, man.
And honest to God, man, like that's like when I seen your fucking promos and stuff like that, I didn't see a cookie cutter there.
No.
No. And that's a respectable thing, man. Like what you're telling right there is really straight up truth. A lot of anybody that's watching this, in the business, take that advice.
Yeah.
Be the true you. Don't be a fucking copycat of anybody else.
The
I know
other,
there, like Ric Flair's took it from somebody else. Hogan took it from somebody else. Fucking be
right.
you, so somebody else can take it from you.
Yeah. Hogan was a fan of Billy Graham, and there were some
Yep.
similarities, but he took that in all totally new direction. You know.
Yeah.
Same with Flair. He was a Nature Boy fan too. He took it into another. You couldn't even see the comparison anymore at some point. You
Yeah,
know.
this is true. This is true.
So yeah, like you got to make your own way, man. And
Fuck.
the other thing advice was you said advice in wrestling.
Yeah.
Um, I've only done like a few seminars, but like I remember Jay Lethal had some really good advice one time where he was saying about how you know you should keep your ears open and listen to what people tell you and try it to be respectful, but not everything's gonna work for everybody else.
Hmm.
Like you can have a million vets try to tell you to do something this way because they think it's the right way to do it or what will help you. And you should try it at least once and come back and say, "Look, man, I tried it. It didn't work for me." Um, that he said that it's not always going to work for you. Everything's different. Everybody in wrestling has a different path. What your path is different than mine, and on down the line, you can't follow what everybody else is doing. We all have a different road to follow in this business. So I don't compare myself to anybody, and I don't expect anyone to compare themselves to me. Like, but yeah.
All right. So, say somebody comes up to you and says, you're my fucking idol, man. I love what you do. You know what I mean?
I don't take compliments well. I appreciate it, but
Yeah.
I don't.
But is like, would you say to him, like, look, be you.
Yeah, be
I
you.
respect, I respect that you, like, idolize me, but be you.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, man, yeah, like I said, we hit that hour mark. I really fucking appreciate you doing this with me, man.
Yeah, man.
It was an absolute blast. And do you want to promo it out in the Phil Insane kind of style?
Oh, I don't know,
I leave
man.
that up to you. If you're not in the mood, don't worry about it.
But I'll tell you this, man. I just dropped today. ICW, January 3rd. Me and Doctor Redacted, Atlantic City.
All
Uh,
right.
I signed up for that to show that motherfucker how to open somebody up the right way. I don't care if you're a surgeon, dude. I'm gonna show you the butcher way. So
Nice.
expect a goddamn bloodbath in Atlantic City on January 3rd.
January 3rd? Yes, sir.
Sir, brother.
Yes,
Well, man,
sir.
thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
No, man, I appreciate everything, Phil. Thank you again. This is my guy, Phil Insane, the Med Butcher. Check him out. YouTube, Instagram is where you can find him as well. You won't be disappointed. And there's some promos out there you might have to dig a little deeper for and go over on TikTok. His hated social media over there, but there's some also good promos over there as well too. Like I always say, stay thirsty for life, but in this case, stay thirsty for the blood. Mr. Phil Insane, thank you so fucking much, man.
Thank you, brother. Take care.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.